That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be predicting all of the World Cup groups, my official World Cup 2026 predictions. This is going to be like off the cuff as well. I haven't even sort of delved into it, into the ins and outs of each group and each country participating. It's going to be off the dome, what I think in the moment. And let's be real, I don't want to waste any of your time. You're here for the predictions, so I'm not just going to sit here and stare at you. I could do, but I won't. We're going to be predicting every single group off the dome, like I just said. Let's get into it, shall we? So in Group A, we have got one of the host nations, Mexico, followed by South Africa, South Korea or Korea Republic, and Czech Republic or Czechia. I think they're called Czechia now. This is one of those even groups. There's a lot of these groups in the competition this year because of how many teams are actually in it. So Group A is one of those sort of even groups. I think Mexico are probably your clear favourites, one of the hosts. I think their fans are going to get behind them, especially the games they play in Mexico. So I think they'll rally behind them, and they've probably got the better players. Obviously, there's a few good players from each team. I mean, South Korea have got Heung-min Son still kicking about. He's obviously playing in MLS now, so you don't know how good he is. Czech Republic are another good nation, tend to do quite well in the European Championships as well. I think South Africa are a bit of the outsiders. I'm really happy they're in it because of that 2010 World Cup, one of my favourites. With Shabalala, etc. What a player, what a man. And I think Mexico, South Africa actually kicked off that World Cup, if I remember correctly, in 2010. So that's going to be a bit of a callback this year because those two kick it off this year. Like I said, it's an even group. It could go either way. I think Mexico will win it. I do. I think they are the best team in that group. Not by much, but I think being a host nation with the fans, etc., like I've already been through, I think they have got overall the best squad on paper. There's something about South Korea, though, in these tournaments. They tend to do quite well, don't they? They do tend to do quite well. I'm going to put them second. I'm going to put Korea Republic second. I'm going to go Czechia third, and I think South Africa will finish fourth. But again, that could go either way. Like we said, there is a lot of third place. I say, like I said, I don't actually think I've mentioned it. I have to pick 8 third place teams to go through into the knockout rounds in this tournament. So Czechia might be one of them come the end of it. We'll see later. Group B, Canada, Bosnia, Qatar and Switzerland. Again, a fairly mid group, a fairly lacklustre group. If you look at it on paper, I think, again, there's a clear favourite in Switzerland. I am just going to go and put them first straight away. They tend to do quite well in these World Cups, always seem to get to the round of 16. Never less, never more. That might be the case again this year. Well, who knows? You've then got Canada, another one of those host nations. How will they fare in this World Cup? I don't know. They don't tend to do quite well in these tournaments. Bosnia, I think, knocked out Italy to get here. So they'll be full of confidence. And Qatar, managed by Julian Lopetegui, in case you didn't know. He's the Qatar manager. I don't know how they'll fare because they hosted the last one and didn't do well at all, did they? But with the new manager, who knows? I think the climate's going to be a big thing as well. It's very, very hot in America and Mexico. I don't know about Canada. Probably similar in the summertime. I don't know. I'm blabbering here. Who do I think is going to finish second? I think Bosnia will. I think Canada will finish third. And I think Qatar will just miss out and get knocked out. Group C. A very, very good group, this one. A very interesting group. We've got Brazil, managed by Carlo Ancelotti. Star players like Rafinha, Vinicius Junior, Casemiro, Mateus Cunha. Had to get those in, being Manchester United players or former Man United players. Gabriel Marquinhos at the back. Brazil have got a very, very good squad. Obviously managed by a very, very good and intelligent manager in Carlo Ancelotti, who's won it all. Can he add the World Cup to his resume? Who knows? Morocco, one of the best teams in Africa. Technically, AFCON winners. Not really, but technically they are, with that whole debacle with Senegal. But Morocco are a very good team. Got to the semi-finals of the last World Cup, didn't they? Haiti are a new team in there. Did quite well in qualifying. Obviously got Wilson Isidore from Sunderland being the main player. And then Scotland are in it too. A tough group for them, but there's something about Scotland that is... I don't know. I feel like Scotland might have a good tournament here. I do. They're not going to win the group. I think Brazil will still win the group. I think Brazil are quite underrated this year. I think a lot of people are looking at Brazil like, they're not the same Brazil as before, but I think Brazil could go far. I'm going to shock you a bit and put Scotland second. I know, that is shocking, isn't it? Which is why I'm going to kind of rescind it, because I already don't agree with myself. No, I don't want to do that. Fuck it. Scotland a second. Morocco third and Haiti fourth. I was tossing and turning with Scotland and Morocco. I didn't really know. But then again, the climate's coming to my head. Like, can Scotland deal with that? They're not used to it in Scotland. And Morocco probably are. But, yeah, again, I think Morocco probably will be one of the third place teams that do progress into the knockout rounds. That could go either way, but I think Brazil... In fact, I can move it around. I will do that then. I'll put Morocco second, Scotland third. I think the prediction I did on the yeah, it was terrible. We did our predictions on the podcast channel. I think that's coming out soon. And I had Scotland in first. I regret that already. Group D, we've got USA, the final host nation, with Paraguay, Australia and Turkey. Another one of those sort of mid groups, teams that are all very, very similar in quality. USA being the host nation, probably got the best manager out the lot in Mauricio Pochettino. You know what time it is. I've got to quickly interrupt to talk about Best ZV. If you're looking for affordable football shirts without paying ridiculous prices, head over to Best ZV. It doesn't matter what team you support, I can guarantee Best ZV will have you covered on their website. Quality is fantastic. Now, I've got 2 shirts here ready for, well, I say Man United's new season. They're not new season shirts, but I wanted them for the collection. Starting off with this absolute beauty. Let me just check you can see it. There you go. This absolute beauty. Man United Stone Roses collaboration shirt. It's mint. It's absolutely quality. I can show you close up. Look at that. It's quality. Absolutely unbelievable. We've got that one and we've got this one. I went retro a little bit. 11-12 Man United away kit, third kit. You can get patches on there. They cost, what, an extra £1 on top of how much the shirt is in general. It's so cheap. And I had to get a name on the back. You can do that as well. Name sets are available. So if you've been thinking about getting a shirt for training 7-a-side just to wear or going to the football, make sure you check out Best ZV and go and see what's available for you. Obviously, other star-studded players. Pulisic is in the squad. Tyler Adams from Bournemouth. Weston McKennie. Anthony Robinson from Fulham. Just being the ones off the top of my head. I think USA have got a decent squad. My favourite for this group is Turkey. I'm going to put them first. I don't know. I think everyone always overhypes Turkey in these tournaments. I remember Euro 2021, everyone thought they were going to get to the quarters and the semis. Didn't happen. They did alright the last Euros, to be fair. But with Arda Güler, Kenan Yildiz, and you've seen a lot of prospects coming out of the Turkish Super League at the minute. I think Turkey will win that group. I do think USA will finish second. Being one of the host nations, I do think they will progress into the knockout rounds of the competition. And then it's between Paraguay and Australia. I really don't rate Australia. I don't think they're that good. I think Paraguay might finish third, with Australia finishing rock bottom of Group D. Sorry to my Australian followers, if there is any. I do really apologise for that. Group E. Now this is one of my favourite groups in the whole competition. We've got Germany, obviously winners in 2014, but since then have actually flopped in a lot of the... I think 2018 they went out in the groups, didn't they? 2022, did they get knocked out by somebody? 2022, really early maybe. Did alright the last Euros, being the host nation of that competition, but I look at the Germany squad and it's not as strong as you would actually think anymore. They've still got Julian Nagelsmann as the manager, so they'll be interesting. Curacao in their first tournament, I believe. Again, rather unknown in the World Cups. I've never seen them in a competition like this before. I don't really know how they play. I know some of the players, the Bakuna brothers, being 2 of them. I think they play for Curacao. Tahith Chong as well. So they'll be an interesting outfit, I think, in the competition. Ivory Coast, Again, another good footballing nation, usually, of Africa. Amad Diallo, a player I really like, obviously at Man United. Yan Diamande from Leipzig, who's been linked with PSG and Liverpool at the minute. I think Ivory Coast are quite good. But Ecuador, I really like. I really, really like Ecuador. Moises Caicedo, Hincapié, Pacho, who I believe is the best defender, best centre-back in the world, William Pacho, from PSG. Hincapié, did I say him? I think I said him. Estepinian as well. Enner Valencia loves to roll out in these tournaments. Kendry Paez, the youngster on loan at Strasbourg from Chelsea. So, they're my little underdogs, Ecuador. I think they'll win the group. I can see them beating Curacao, and I can see them beating or drawing with Germany. I still think Germany will go through in second. I think Ivory Coast will be third. And I think Curacao, unfortunately, will be last. But I've got a good feeling about Ecuador. I really do. I think they will just pip Germany to that top spot. Group F, another very interesting one with Netherlands. I do like the Netherlands. I like the squad. I do like the squad. You've got quality in every position. Obviously, goalkeeper, Roofs, Verbruggen, Flecken, 3 good goalkeepers. You've got Van Dijk at the back, Van de Ven, Van Hecker, Timber, Dumfries. There's probably someone else I'm missing. Midfield, they're probably stacked in there with Reinders, De Jong, Gravenberch. Forward line, Marlon's been killing it at Roma, hasn't he? Brian Brobby up front with Depay, Gakpo. I think they have got a decent squad, Netherlands, an underrated squad, but it's the manager. It's obviously Ronald Koeman again. They tend to swap him and Van Gaal every tournament, and he is the manager. That being said, I do think they still will win the group. And it comes down to these three now. Japan, who are a very, very solid side, always tend to do quite well in these tournaments. The big one is Matoma's not going, is he? I think he's injured. That's a big miss for them. Sweden, under the tutelage of Graham Potter, Gyökeres, Isak, being the most notable names in that team. Ilanga, Lindelof. Got a few good Premier League players in there. And then Tunisia, who I think they're all right. I don't think they're going to do anything special in this group. I'm actually going to have it as Japan in second, just because of that tournament experience. I think they're just better in these sort of environments in these tournaments than Sweden. But have you seen the pitch, actually? Japan were training on the other day. I mean, the pitches are a big problem at this World Cup. They're terrible. The ball bobbling everywhere. Some of them not even bouncing on the pitch. It's like, yeah, it's shocking. So hopefully that doesn't affect them too much. I'm going to go Sweden third, and Tunisia will finish fourth for me. Group G consists of Belgium, Egypt, Iran and New Zealand. Now this is a group that is quite interesting, actually. Belgium past their golden era now, with the likes of Hazard and a prime Lukaku, a prime De Bruyne, Vertonghen and Alderweireld as the centre-halves. Don't have that anymore, do they? But they've probably still got more quality in their team than the other three. So they are going to win the group for me. Egypt, still got Salah, still got Marmoush, tend to do quite well in the African tournaments. So they're going to finish second. I think Iran will finish third, and I don't think New Zealand have got that quality. Chris Wood is the only notable name, and the man who's just got like 4 million followers on Instagram because of that Argentinian influencer pushing his platform. Iran do all right in these tournaments. They tend to qualify a lot, don't they? Yeah, I think that's as it says on the tin there. Group H, Spain, your Euro winners, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia and Uruguay. I mean, Spain are going to finish top for me. I think they're probably going to win all 3 of their group games, finish on 9 points as well. I think they're going to be a hard team to beat in this tournament. I do. Cape Verde, don't know a lot about them. I'll be looking in the crowd when Cape Verde play, I'll tell you that. Be interesting to watch the crowd when they play games. Saudi Arabia, I don't really know about Saudi Arabia. They beat obviously Argentina, didn't they, in the last World Cup in the opening game, and then didn't do nish after that. And then Uruguay are fell off massively. I think they've still got Marcelo Bielsa as the manager there. But Valverde being the most notable name, Darwin Núñez. But that being said, they're still the second best team in that group. And then I think Saudi Arabia will finish third and Cape Verde, unfortunately, will finish in fourth. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Final four groups before we go into the knockouts. France, Senegal, Iraq and Norway. A very interesting group again. France, I mean, their quality is unmatched. Their attack is a joke. Ballon d'Or Dembele, Mbappe, Elise, Cherki, Doué, Barcola. They are stacked in that front line. And Marcus Thuram as well. The defence is solid. Upamecano, Saliba, Kanate, Koundé. Left back might be weak. They've got Digne and I think Theo Hernandez as their options there. Midfield's okay as well, with Rabiot, Kante, Zaire Emery. The team's a joke, let's be real. And there's a few noticeable names. I mean, they've got Tchouameni as well. There's a few noticeable names missing out. Camavinga didn't make it, did he? Being one of them. Got a good goalkeeper in Maignan. France are definitely going to win this group. Senegal, AFCON winners, technically. But I said that about Morocco as well. But Senegal did actually win AFCON. And they're quite good, Senegal. They are quite good. Iraq are a bit unknown for me. I don't know too much about Iraq. And Norway, we obviously know about Erling Haaland, Martin Ødegaard, Strand Larsen, Sørloth, Ryerson from Dortmund is a very, very good player. Norway are a decent side. I don't know if they're better than Senegal, though. So I'm going to put Senegal second, Norway third, and I think Iraq may have a tournament not to remember, unfortunately. It'd be mint if they went and won the group, to be fair. I'd back that heavily, but let's be realistic here. Group J, Argentina. Last tournament winners, obviously. Algeria, Austria and Jordan. Again, I don't know much about Jordan, so I can't really comment on them. They've obviously got Petra, though. Is that where Petra is? The one of the wonders of the world? I think that's in Jordan. Algeria. Is Riyad Mahrez still playing international football? I don't know. Can't actually remember. They've still got a few good players, though, that playing in the sort of top 5 European leagues. But I think these are the two. Argentina and Austria are leaps and bounds ahead of the other two. I think Argentina will definitely win this group. Austria in second, Algeria third, and Jordan will bow out in fourth. Group K, Portugal, DR Congo, Uzbekistan and Colombia. Now, if England don't win the tournament, in my heart, I'd want Portugal to win it because I would love to see Ronaldo do it. I would. That being said, will they do it? I don't know. The issue with this is I don't know how where I put these teams affects the sort of knockout rounds and the brackets there, so that'll be interesting. But Portugal's team is crazy, innit? I mean, their midfield, Vitinha, João Neves, Bruno Fernandes, up there with probably the best midfield in the competition, I'd say. I'd say it is the best midfield in the competition. Still got Rafa Leao, Bernardo Silva, Ronaldo, obviously. The defence is solid as well. Nuno Mendes, probably the best left back in the world. Diogo Costa's a good goalkeeper. Ruben Diaz, Inacio. Portugal have got a good squad. They are going to win the group. Colombia again, sort of. It's weird with Colombia now. I don't really know a lot of their team. I used to remember the Cuadrados, the Falcaos, and obviously James Rodriguez, the star of the 2014 World Cup. He's still playing. He has just been released from Minnesota United, though, in the MLS, so I don't know if he's going to be any good. But that being said, I do still think they'll finish second. Just as a footballing nation, they will have quality. And then Uzbekistan, I think, on paper, are probably the worst ranked team in the competition, maybe. And I think DR Congo are half decent. I do, so I think they'll finish third. And Uzbekistan, unfortunately, will finish rock bottom for them. And Group L, England's group, they're in a group with Croatia, Ghana and Panama. I mean, England, I've gone on about their sort of team selection that Thomas Tuchel picked. It annoyed me a bit, leaving out the likes of Harry Maguire and Lewis Hall they're the most noticeable ones for me. Maybe Gibbs White after a very good season, but I can understand that because he's probably not going to play all too much. That being said, we've still got quality. We know that. Like, probably got the best striker in the world in Harry Kane. Still got Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, Gordon, Rashford, Saka, Elliot Anderson, Watkins to come off the bench. I think England will win the group. Croatia now, I don't know what to think of them. I really don't. Modric, obviously still spearheading the Croatia team, I believe. But a lot of their team is aging. I don't know if they've still got the legs to perform at this level. Obviously, they were very, very good, Croatia, in past tournaments. But I think now could be... I don't know. I think they're still better than these two, though. Ghana, I think they've got Carlos Queiroz as manager. Former assistant under Alex Ferguson. Semenyo had a very, very good season for them. And Panama, I think, unfortunately, will be the whipping boys of this group. I don't think they'll pick up any points. I'm going to go Croatia second and Ghana third, meaning Panama bow out. Now, this is the interesting part, because we've got to pick 8 teams progressing through to the knockout rounds between Iran, Algeria, Canada, Norway, Ivory Coast, Sweden, Paraguay, Czechia, Scotland, DR Congo, Saudi Arabia and Ghana. So I need to go and have a look at the groups, really, don't I? How do I look at the groups? Here we go. I need to see the groups, because you might look at this and say, ooh, Sweden, Ivory Coast, Norway, they're probably the best teams out of those, but it depends of what group they're in. Are they going to pick points up? I think Norway are a lock for me, because I think they will beat Iraq, and I think 3 points could be enough. Maybe a draw against Senegal and going out on goal difference potentially, but I think Norway will progress through. Be interested who was in Iran's group. Where were Iran? Where did I have Iran? Oh, they're third. I think Iran will go through. I think they'll beat New Zealand, so I think Iran are going to be another one to go through. Algeria, can they beat Jordan? I think so. I think they're going to be another one to progress through to the knockout rounds. Canada, one of the host nations, against Qatar. So I'm going to leave them for now. Scotland, I think, will be one, because I think they will beat Haiti to go through. Ivory Coast, who was in theirs? Curacao, I'm going to put Ivory Coast through as well. I think they'll win. Sweden, am I going to put Sweden through against Tunisia? That's an interesting one, I don't know. Tunisia aren't half bad, you know. We'll leave Sweden for now. Paraguay with Australia. I'm going to leave them for now. They're quite evenly matched. Czechia, I think, will go through. I think they'll beat South Africa. I'm going to put Czech Republic through. DR Congo will go through because they've got Uzbekistan in there. I think they might beat them. And then we've got Saudi Arabia and Ghana. Ghana have got Panama in theirs. Who's in Saudi Arabia? It's Cape Verde. Ooh. I'm going to put Saudi Arabia through, I think. I'm going to put Saudi Arabia through. They're going to be the teams. Iran, Algeria, Norway, Ivory Coast, Czechia, Scotland, DR Congo and Saudi Arabia progressing through to the knockouts, which means Ghana, Paraguay, Sweden and Canada will bow out. Am I happy with that? I think I am. Let's go. Knockout stage, sorry. Ecuador, Scotland. Ooh, I'm going to go Ecuador. I think they're my dark horses of this tournament. France and Saudi Arabia. I think France win there. Ooh, this is an evenly matched side. Round of 32. Korea, Bosnia. I'll go Korea. I'll go South Korea. I think, ooh, that's another tough game. Netherlands, Morocco. Oh. I'm going to go Netherlands. I think they've got a bit more quality. Yeah, I'll go Colombia there. I think they'll just do it. Spain, Austria. Again, Austria are a decent side, but I can only see Spain winning that one. Turkey, Algeria. I'm going to go Turkey. I think they've got a bit more quality than Algeria. And I also think Belgium will beat Czechia. I think this is where Japan go out, because I think Brazil will beat them. And I do think Germany will beat Senegal. I mean, don't be surprised if some of these upset, like Senegal could easily beat Germany. Easily. whether it's a penalty shootout or in normal time, they could. Mexico are going to beat Ivory Coast. England will beat DR Congo. That'll be an interesting game. If England win their group and DR Congo go through, England, DR Congo in a World Cup. Interesting. Ooh, big game between Argentina and Uruguay. But Argentina have got too much quality for them. I think USA will beat Egypt. I think Switzerland will beat Iran. And I think Portugal will beat Norway. Which means we've got, in the round of 16, Switzerland, Portugal. I said it before, Switzerland, they get to the round of 16. They never go further. They never go less than the round of 16, if that makes sense. In other words, I'm saying Portugal are going to beat Switzerland on penalties as well. They'll beat them on penalties. Argentina will beat the USA. Look at that game in the quarters. God. Mexico, England in Mexico as well. I think England will do it, but that is not going to be easy at all. I think Brazil will beat Germany. I think they've got a bit more quality than them. Turkey and Belgium. We're going to go Belgium there. I'm going to go Spain to beat Colombia. I'm going to go Netherlands to beat South Korea. And I'm going to go France to beat Ecuador. It was a good run, Ecuador, but France are going to be too good for you. Quarter-final. We've got France versus Netherlands. France are going to win that. We've got Spain, Belgium. We've got all the big ones left now. Spain will beat Belgium. Brazil, England. I don't know. Brazil, England. I've got a weird feeling Brazil might beat England in the quarter-final. Nah, I'm going to go England to go through. I am going to go England to go through. And then Argentina, Portugal. I'm going to shock you here. Portugal. They're going through to the semi-final, which means we've got England, Portugal, and the other semi-final being France and Spain. I don't know. This is hard. I mean, it's obviously going to get hard in the semi-finals. I'll go... I think... I think Portugal will beat England. I do. And then I think it will be Portugal versus France in the final, in which France are going to win. I do think France win this World Cup. Didier Deschamps' last one as the manager as well. I do. And I'm going to save that. Well, I'm not going to save it right now, but I do. I've got my winners being France this World Cup. Let me know your thoughts. Who do you think is going to win it? It should be interesting. Much more content to come. Stay tuned.